to start. I'm Brandy Marsky. This is day 13 of the 100-day project. And I was getting ready to, Hola Beth, so happy you're here. I was getting ready to take my little Nunu, June, on a walk. And I thought, let me go live first. It's a beautiful day. I feel like her and I want to be outside for a little bit, but I also wanted to share something that I read last night that made me think of y'all. And really, because it made me think of me and how often in the creative process or in my writing, I'm like, this is such a waste of time. Why am I doing this? I should be doing real writing. I should be writing on insert whatever project, current writing project I'm on. I should be, reading things that have to do with that project. I should all over myself. And I get caught up in that illusion that everything has to be about the project at hand for it to count. And that's an illusion. It's not true. Everything is inspiration. Everything that is around us can be fodder for there is a lizard climbing on the oak tree. There are two lizards climbing on the oak tree. I would turn you around and show you, but they're blending in. I swear this portal is a portal to like a magical fey realm. This window that I read out of. Sorry, I digress. That's so amazing. Okay. So this is so crazy. They're moving and they're just like, they're separate, but they're on the same tree. Okay, back to, so often I get caught up in the fact that it's an illusion that these things that aren't pertaining to my project aren't part of the project. Everything is part. Those two lizards, that medicine that just showed up, that medicine of camouflage, that medicine of spring, all of that is and can be fodder for the work that I'm doing, the writing that I'm doing. The essay that I wrote about June that I shared on my Substack called Notebooks, that has to do with my memoir, because in that, even though it isn't directly related to the memoir that I'm writing, in the shaping, in the crafting, in the pulling together various pieces of my life, that is teaching me a skill that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my writing and creative life. So nothing is ever wasted. Nothing is ever not usable. It's just so easy to fall into that trap because in the capitalist society that we live in the States, we are all about consumerism. It's consume, 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 and then throw away, throw away, throw away. Like we don't give ourselves time to just seep in the thing and in the desire of the thing that we once wanted. And we get used to being in this, like, this is waste. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting this. I'm doing this because that's the life we live. That's the way that most of us approach the things we want, material things. And that's something that I'm actively trying to work on myself, is staying in the desire of the thing that I once desired, right? Like I really, really wanted, I don't know, I really, really wanted, I really, really wanted this notebook. And it's so easy to, like, once I get this notebook, it's so easy for me just to be like, okay, yeah, it's another notebook, because the fire and the desire and the want and the aliveness of the thing was in the not having. And so it's easy, like, once we have it, to be like, okay, I have it, and now the luster's gone, right? That's consumerism. That's all the things. But so this is what I'm actively trying to work on. And so why I'm sharing that with you is because all the things that we think are wasted time, whether that is a essay that's unrelated to the book that we want to write, whether it's a coloring day that we feel is unrelated to anything that we want to do, or maybe it's just a silent, pondering, staring at the window, watching the two lizards. None of that is wasted. And that really came to light as I was working on the essay that I shared today, this week, but also when I read this. So I want to read just a little section for you from the book, What Comes Next and How to Like It. It's a memoir by Abigail Thomas. And I read this book in my 30s. I actually read it at the bar that my wife worked at. Like, I literally would be the lone person sitting at the bar top with my wife, because my wife was like the head bartender. She was a manager back then. And so I would want to go and see her, but there's only so much you could do. So I would bring my book and I would literally be the only person reading in the bar. Go figure. I mean, obviously it makes sense. I mean, it tracks now. But I remember I read this book and I was like, it didn't really do anything for me. But then in my class on Wednesday, I had my meeting with the memoir class that I'm in. The mentor suggested that I read this book because it's written in like what she calls shards, like just little short passages. It's not like a fully linear kind of book, like story, like beginning, middle, end. It is, but it's told in like these little snippets, these little chunks, right? And I was like, I remember reading that book and I was like, I didn't really like it, but I still kept it. I kept it and it was in my box that I keep like collage stuff in, like books and magazine clippings and stuff to make collages with. And it was totally untouched. And I feel like that was one of those kismet moments that I, back in my 30s, kept this and I haven't cut out from it since, because I needed it for this moment and this time and this particular writing situation. And so I picked it up and I started reading it. And the first page, I was like, and it made me think of y'all and about this topic about nothing is wasted. Okay. So this is literally the opening paragraph. We're about 3 sentences in, and Abigail says, nothing is wasted when you're a writer. And I would caveat that and say nothing is wasted if you're an artist, period. Like, nothing is ever wasted. The stuff that doesn't work has to be written to make way for the stuff that might. Often you need to take the long way around. And if you're writing memoir, you're bound to discover things about yourself you didn't realize before. May indeed prefer never to have known, but there you are, progress of some sort. Progress of some sort. Nothing is wasted. We needed to write that thing. We needed to stare out the window at the lizards. We needed to color that page to get to this moment of where we are at in our creative process, to learn something about ourselves, even if that's just, I'm uncomfortable with coloring instead of doing work. That's me. Or if it's just to take us away for a moment from the being so invested in the work to get like that bird's eye view. And I shared this as well as like, because I told myself, I was like, it's Friday, I should be working because I'm going to be going out of town on Sunday and Monday, and I'm not going to be able to do everything that I need to do, and blah, 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 blah. But what I really want to do is go on a walk with my dog, because I wrote the essay about June, she had her seizures on Monday, and I just really want to spend time with her. And I had to remind myself that that too is part of the work, that break, that rest, that me taking the time to be with my dog, me taking my library books back so I don't get an even bigger fine. That is all part of the process. All of life is part of whatever creative project we are currently working on, but it is up to us to really see and view it in that way, right? Once we come into it like from the lens of everything is and can be inspiration to the work at hand and nothing is wasted, then everything becomes inspirational. And then we never lose that tether and connection to inspiration. And the invitation today is to follow that little inkling and follow whatever little thing that you want to do that you maybe not you won't do because you feel like it's unrelated to the work or that it would be wasting your time. Do that today. I'm going to go do that today with my little Nunu, and we're going to go for a ride in her Jeep. It's her favorite place. And I'm going to spend the day just being in life and being grateful that I'm alive to have this moment, and so is she. So, against all the odds, right? Against all the big odds with everything that's happening on the social political climate, but also my little individual orbit and the little health challenges and things that we have all had to navigate in these last couple of years. So, friends, I love you so, so much. I'm so happy that it landed, Beth. Yes, there's a reason you are in this moment. There's a reason, and your job as an artist, all of our jobs as an artist, whether we're writing, whatever we're doing, is to funnel out, siphon out what that reason is for you being here. That is a lifelong like work. Like that's not something we're going to do today and then it be gone. Like that is a forever kind of thing, is, figuring out, understanding what is the reason that I'm here at this moment. Why am I here watching this thing? Like opening up ourselves to like, why were the two lizards there for all of us here right before, when I started this live? Like, what is the reason for all of that? And then not fully being okay with not having a full answer, but then putting that exploration into your work, into your art, into your writing, into your canvas, into whatever it is you do. So I hope that that is helpful in some way, shape, or form. I know it was helpful for me to give myself that permission to go play, and that play is part of the process, and nothing is wasted, including the play, including binging Game of Thrones. So yes, go outdoors. Go outdoors. Go step outside, even if it's cold. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow in Lakesh.